Hello, I'm Andrew Kenworthy, and I'm practically Stoic. So, as any fitness magazine or gym teacher will tell you, a good workout is good for the body. The idea is that by training your body to endure, it will adapt and become stronger. Well, any Stoic worth his toga can tell you that the same thing can be said of the mind. Now, I'm not talking about strong in that, oh, you'll be able to memorize a phone book. I'm talking about the kind of mental strength you need so that you can endure whatever comes your way. The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune can strike any of us at any time. I mean, let's face it, folks, fecal matter occurs. The Stoic philosopher Seneca says,
"Everyone faces up more bravely to a thing for which he has long prepared himself, sufferings even being withstood if they've been trained for in advance."
You know, in everyone's life, there comes a time when they find themselves to be just too hot or too cold or hungry or just hurting. And the less experience we have with discomfort, the worse these things will seem to be. Think of it like going into a dark basement for the first time. The reason it's so spooky is because we don't know what to expect. For all we know, there's a giant rabid furry monster beast thing waiting for us in the dark. But if you were a professional dark basement explorer person, you would know from experience that the chances of running into a giant rabid furry monster beast are pretty slim. So when it comes to facing the slings and arrows of discomfort in our lives, we want to be more like the dark basement explorer person. We want to have enough experience with discomfort so that when it hits us, we'll know what to expect. And by doing that, we're going to fear it and we're going to feel it less. Now, I'm not suggesting that you sleep on a bed of nails or flog yourself. Oh. But you will need to practice. You could sleep on the floor one night, or skip a meal, or maybe go outside on a cold night without a coat, or try drinking your coffee without all that sugar latte French mocha stuff in it. Really, just about anything you can do to step outside your comfort zone will help. Must be time for
the real life example!
Yeah. Okay, so recently I took a trip to Greece, and I practiced discomfort by eating just as cheaply as I could. And I went from having breakfast, lunch, and dinner to having a cup of coffee, a piece of bread, and a gyro, and that would be it for the day. As it turns out, not only was I not miserable and I did not starve, but I got to enjoy one of the side benefits of practicing discomfort, and that is when you finally get that thing that you've been doing without, you really appreciate it. Those were the best gyros of my life. Anyway, to make a long story short, when I boarded the plane to go home, my wallet didn't. I'd left it back at the security checkpoint. By the time I realized it, it was too late. So that meant I now had to spend a 10-hour layover in an airport with no credit cards, no money, and no food. But was I worried? Okay, I was a little bit. But the one thing I didn't worry about was food. I just practiced discomfort for about a week by eating less. So now, when hit with the situation for real, I knew I'd be fine. Okay, so this is pretty basic stuff, and this is a simplified example. I mean, we're not talking rocket science here. But hopefully you can understand now how practicing discomfort really can help you to withstand the slings and arrows of life. Why, it's practically stoic.